Nearly 3 weeks after Kristal Frisbie fell to her death from the balcony of her 6th-floor apartment, friends and family gathered in St. Louis to say goodbye.
I know that some people, instead of being sad at funerals or memorials, they want it to be a celebration of life, but that wasn't what these people were picking up on.
Tammy Scott says some of Kristal's friends thought her boyfriend Aaron Flood was celebrating too much.
He was treating it like a party and encouraging everyone to go and get a drink.
Joy Vogt flew in from Hawaii to attend and hoped to learn more from Aaron about how Kristal died.
He never once approached me to say hello, to give me his condolences or anything.
Joy says she left the memorial more confused than before.
There was 5 different versions of the story of what happened at the service alone. One, she climbed up and was standing on it. I heard that she straddled the balcony. I heard that there was no fights at all.
Sherry Davison didn't talk to Aaron at her daughter's memorial either, and hasn't since the day Kristal died. That's also the last time she heard from police.
I reached out to the St. Louis Police Department on many occasions, and they not one time returned one of my phone calls.
Our phone calls and emails have also been ignored, and when I stopped by the department, no one would talk about Kristal's case. Her death was ruled a suicide the day after she died. Her friend Lisa Sachs is still in disbelief.
Kristal was never that depressed, not even close. She was a very gregarious and joyful person, and people loved being around her. She made friends everywhere she went.
And Kristal's mom gave Crime Watch Daily this voicemail from Kristal to her cousin. She claims it proves her daughter was looking forward to the future.
Hello, darling. I wanted to say hello and I love you. And I want to see if you want to come in the first weekend of March.
Aaron Flood has never been accused of any wrongdoing, but Sherry believes cops acted too quickly.
I don't feel like they investigated it at all. They just took his word for it.
So she hired private investigator Matthew Allen to dig deeper.
I think once St. Louis City Police Department is able to see the witnesses that we talked to that they were unaware of, I think that it will obviously shed a new light on the circumstances.
That night in February has been described as unseasonably warm. There were people with their windows open, and witnesses heard fighting.
One is an accountant who had an office on the 1st floor of the building. Detective Allen says the woman told him she was working late into the night and taking a quick nap when she woke to the sounds of screaming and yelling.
She could tell there was a man and a woman fighting, and her thought was someone's going to kill someone.
That was her thought?
Her actual statement to me was, that sounds like a man's about to kill a woman.
The woman says she got up and looked out but didn't see anything.
And at that point, she heard no, 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 or she heard screaming, and then there was silence, and then she heard the impact of Kristal falling.
Another neighbor who heard arguing that night was a traveling nurse who lived on the 4th floor.
It woke her up. She said it sounded like they were having a loud party. There was a lot of screaming.
Sherry claims that the woman reached out to her just days after Kristal's death.
She could hear Kristal hit her balcony. And that's when she got up, she ran outside, and she knew what happened. And she messaged me, and she goes, I know he did it.
Did police ever interview her?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Crime Watch Daily attempted to independently question both of those women. The accountant did not want to speak about the case again. And as for the nurse, all attempts to reach her have been unsuccessful.
What was the selling point for you on this case, to be able to tackle it?
The railing was kind of a telltale sign for me.
This animation prepared for Crime Watch Daily shows how Kristal's boyfriend, Aaron, says she jumped from the balcony. According to the police report, Aaron says she walked out, placed one leg up on the railing, and then slid over to the other side. After a moment, he says, she squatted down, then let go. Detective Matthew says the railing was almost 5 feet high. Kristal was 5'5".
I question the idea that a woman of Kristal's build, and given the fact that she was intoxicated, could have competently made it over the railing as was claimed.
Though the private investigator never did test his own theory, friends who've been on the balcony agree.
Was it easy to put your leg over?
No, Not at all. You would have to have had something to step on to get up over that.
The PI says his repeated calls to Aaron have gone unanswered, so we reached out to Kristal's ex, and after several attempts, got him on the phone.
Hey, Aaron.
Yes.
Hi, this is Michelle Sigona from Crime Watch Daily.
Yes.
I asked if he could answer some questions surrounding Kristal's death.
I do want to work with you.
Okay.
Because everyone else is scared that I'm going to say the wrong thing and that somehow the situation is going to be made worse.
Aaron was hesitant, but finally agreed to us letting him tell his side of the story about what happened the night Kristal died.
Nothing but the truth has ever come out of my mouth. And the thing is that the truth hurts, you know. The truth is, you know, that she abused alcohol on a very regular basis.
The medical examiner's report shows Kristal's blood alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit the night she died. Aaron's blood was not tested. I asked him about the allegations made by Kristal's mother, who claims Aaron hasn't been forthcoming with information.
The bottom line was that, you know, I tried to share everything that happened with Sherry, her mother. I only talked to her twice. And only after 2 conversations, she judged me and judged everything else that happened afterwards.
He also explained why he never responded to some of Kristal's closest friends who came to him with questions the day following her death.
I had PTSD after it. I had to go to 3 counselors over this, you know. It was very hard for me to share, you know what happened, just to recount the experience. It was difficult. So therefore, everyone made their own judgments.
Aaron says the attacks on his character have been downright vicious.
I'm tired of having people, set up, websites, calling me a murderer, when that's the furthest thing from the truth. Do you understand what kind of, how that makes me feel? I'm the victim here. I'm the one that watched her, climb over that and jump and fall to her death.
Before ending the interview, Aaron said it felt good being able to tell his side of the story.
It's a little bit of a relief that I at least had just a little bit of time with you. Everyone else told me one thing, but, my heart says, that I needed to try to cooperate and to put some of these things to rest.
Then I let the PI listen to Aaron's interview to get his take.
You're hearing that for the first time.
I am.
And what do you think?
I think that's a man who wants to tell his side of the story, and I think he should. I think that would be a very beneficial thing for all parties involved.
St. Louis police have never named Aaron Flood a suspect or person of interest in Kristal's death, which was ruled a suicide the day after she died. Detective Matthew Allen says he is planning to turn his witness information and other findings over to the department.
Your hope in all this is what?
I think, honestly, what we're just looking for is an investigation. For Kristal's mom and her family, I think it's just about closure. They need answers to questions and let the chips fall where they may.
Sherry Davison says she can't bring her daughter home until she finds justice.
And I haven't gone to really pick her ashes up. I feel guilty about it every day, but by the same token, I promised her justice before I come to get her. It's just a promise that I made her, and in my heart, I have to stick with that promise.
Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think the police should reopen the investigation into Kristal Frisbie's death? Sound off right now on our Facebook page. I'm Chris Hansen. If you like this story, make sure you tune in every day to Crime Watch Daily. You can find where the show airs in your city at crimewatchdaily.com. Watch it live or record it on your DVR and watch it at night. And to all those criminals out there, remember, we are watching.